Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our morning habit today. And this time around, we're doing it on Saturday. So last time po, ginagawa natin ito pag Monday. And gusto namin na mas marami pa ang makapag-participate every morning on Saturday. So we're doing this Sunya every Saturday. And for this month, this is the second time that we're going to do Sunya and as well as practice. So, I would like to welcome everyone. Good morning po sa lahat ng nanonood sa atin ngayon live. And sa lahat po ng mga manunood pa, please keep on sharing our link to our friends, to our members and business partners para naman po ma-experience po nila kung gaano po kaganda yung ating pong Sunya activity today. And this is Juliet Togano, your Sales and Training Manager. And I will be introducing to you our guest speaker for today na kilala na nating lahat. At syempre, I also would like to thank her for giving us so many lessons and so many sessions. We know that she is so busy with a lot of her classes, but she really made time for us to share the goodness of Sunya. So we are so grateful for this person. And I will not take this long, so I will introduce, let us all welcome our guest speaker for today with our virtual heart and clap, double diamond, Miss Tina Suelto.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Miss Juliet. Thank you so much for that warm welcome. And I would like to honor and acknowledge Miss Juliet for scheduling this and creating this with us and co-creating this with us. And yes, what else is possible with this beautiful morning? And yes, we're trying out different time slots and days and invite people to check out Sunya. So for this morning, at least nakuha natin kung sino yung mga Saturday people who may probably be just, some of them may be just waking up because it's the weekend. And maybe for some people, yung hustle nila is nasa weekend. like us, like
Yes.
we wake up earlier on weekends because our hustles are usually on the weekend. And because a lot of people are available on the weekend. So yeah, and I'm actually in the DXN Service Center, and sa taas neto is our Kunlun, or we call it Sunya Center as well. So Kunlun lang yung aming parang joke name. So I'm just sharing this to you because you could also come up with your own Sunya centers in the future. Like, what is a Sunya center? Maybe next time we will also have a session about the Sunya centers, but anywhere you are practicing, that could be a Sunya center. So you usually yung mga DXN service centers can double as a Sunya center. So it's not a center na parang you make it sacred or what. No, it's nothing like that. It's only a space where you can gather and serve the community by inviting them to learn about Sunya or to practice sunya. So yun lang, that's the Sunya Center. Walang ritual, walang anything kasi hindi tayo gumagawa ng temple, walang ganon, okay? So we all know that in our classes in Sunya. So if you have been with us in the 21-day Sunya Challenge at saka sa Sunya Time natin with DXN Philippines Management, you would learn more about the 9 no's. But for today, this morning it's gonna be totally also different session. So last week, Darlene talked about the basics of Sunya and ano yung benefit ng Sunya, bakit kailangan natin mag-reset. And I'm gonna touch on that, but only a little bit, and focus on, si Darlene nag-focus siya sa peace, having peace within self. And for today, I'm gonna be focusing on the prosperity. And when we say prosperity, it's about also how we give and receive in the world, no? So paano tayo magbigay so that it's easier for you to learn Hi. So I would request the tech team to please share the slides. Thank you. Ayan, so here's my slide. So welcome once again. I am Tina Suelto, and I am one of the Sunya Council guides here in the Philippines. And also, I just recently completed my Orange Belt certification class. And this, in Sunya, we have different kinds of certification level. And you will learn more about that as you proceed with your Sunya practice. So next slide, please. So, what is sunya? Sa mga baguhan dyan, so I will share to you what is sunya. So, sunya is actually a tool to reset the mind through reverse counting. Ang meaning din ng sunya, it is from the Sanskrit word shunyata, which means nothingness. Okay? So, ang kanyang parang saan nanggaling yung word na sunya? It's from sunyata, sunyi, and senyap. Okay? So sa atin naman in the Philippines, I have this very interesting theory. Kasi 'di ba, if gawin mo siyang baybayin, ang itong sunya, because we made it into baybayin and our ang tawag na to, yung aming what do you call that? Signage here for the Sunya Center is nakabaybayin. And if basahin mo siya, it sounds like it is parang if you read it, it sounds like sanaya. Or if you read it, yung pagbasa niya is sanaya. So we all know that sanay or pagsasanay sa atin is practice. So sunya could also be translated in our language as a practice, which is totally true. You know, you get to zero through practice. Kasi hindi yung ating sunya practice is not just about, you know, what we talk about, yung sinishare dito sa mga slides, but it is in your daily practice. So that's the whole essence of sunya. So yun. Next slide, please. So why do we require sunya? So I'm just gonna be touching on the handphone analogy of Dr. Lim. So, 'di ba? Pag yung cellphone natin nagha-hang or nag-freeze, anong ginagawa ninyo? What do you do when your cell phone hangs or freezes? So, ano yung ginagawa ninyo? Yeah. So, what people do if their cell phone hangs or freezes, you restart or reset your cell phone. The same thing with your mind. And bakit nag-hang yung cellphone or nag-freeze? Usually, your cellphone hangs or freezes, it's because puno na siya or sobrang daming applications na naka-on, sabay-sabay, madaming video na naka-on yung Zoom, naka-on yung Facebook Live, tapos may mga games pa, tapos hindi kinlose yung application. So usually your phone, you know, bogs down and freezes. And wala kang magagawa. All you need to do is just restart it. So the same thing with our minds. If your mind is filled with so much thoughts, anxiety, yung mga dumadaan na mga overthinking, okay? So what do you do with your mind? How do you turn it off? So some people do something different to turn off their minds, but in Sunya you could actually do a reset without destroying the whole cell phone. Okay, so all you need to do is just do reverse counting. So Sunya is one of the tools that could help you clear your mind or reset your mind back to zero. So if you could hear us, lagi namin sinasabi, stay zero or go back to zero. So it just basically reminds us to get clear or go back to the nothingness. Okay? So yan yung whole essence ng handphone analogy. And what is the benefit of Sunya? So, ang benefit po ng ating sunya is hindi lang siya para sa mind, but it could actually also boost your immune system. It could support your mental health, and it could actualize peace and prosperity. So, yan po yung some of the benefits. That is parang majority yan yung experience ng lahat, okay? But the same thing like Ganoderma, hindi siya right away nag-show up. Like when you practice sunya, you get all of those benefits right away. Again, that's why we say we do sunya daily. We practice sunya daily. Parang din sa DXN. When you are doing your DXN, di ba, hindi big sabihin nag-register ka sa DXN, you're already rich, okay? Or andyan na kaagad, crown ambassador ka na kaagad. So how do you get to crown ambassador? You do DXN daily. Gagawin mo ang DXN daily. What is doing DXN daily? Doing DXN daily is consuming the products that is already considered a DXN daily activity. Kasi when you consume your products, you are actually earning rebates from it. So, diba? That leads you to more, that leads you closer to what you'd like, and then you share DXN, no, whether it's your friends, your family, or strangers. So that's how you do DXN daily, and then you reach, the ambassador status in the future, diba? And or one way or another you reach that, no? So the same thing with sunya. You don't have, na-learn ko yung sunya, pero bakit hindi pa rin ako peaceful? Have you been doing it daily? Yun yung tanong. Or nag-join ako sa DXN, pero hindi naman ako yumaman. Ginawa mo ba siya araw-araw? So, ganun lang din yung ating sunya practice. Are you doing it daily for you to receive the benefits of it regarding sa kanyang immune system, regarding sa mental health mo, and to actualize peace and prosperity? And so for us Sunya practitioners, we are so happy to share the Sunya to everybody, whether, meron kaming, ano talaga with Dr. Lim, that all the Sunya classes are free. So we are giving this class to you for free. In other meditation classes, you pay thousands for a session like this. Okay? And Dr. Lim is giving this to us for free. And yun na nga. Yun lang I mean, that's already your advantage. You are receiving these gems from Dr. Lim himself, and he shared it to us, and then now we're sharing it to you, and we're all receiving it for free. And so yeah, take advantage of this, because not all the time you will be receiving classes like this for free, diba? But Sunya, yan talaga yung ating parang giving back to people. Our classes are always free, unless na lang the class is, meron yan siyang fee if the class involves venue. So for example, magre-rent tayo ng hotel, and then we do sunya in a hotel, we pay for the venue. Yun lang pero yung facilitator fee, yung fee ng mga teacher, yung fee nila Dr. Lim, wala tayong binabayad kay Dr. Lim, because he wants to gift this to all the DXN leaders who would like to receive it. Again, Sunya is not mandatory. So Sunya is a practice that you choose. Ikaw yung pipili. Hindi si Dr. Lim magsasabi sa atin na, "Uy, gawin mo yung Sunya." So you never see Dr. Lim forcing the Sunya to anybody. He only waits for the students to show up. So also do not expect the Sunya Council guides to also follow you up all the time. We have avenues for you to practice Sunya. You all know our website. I know you all know the website of Sunya. You all know the Facebook pages. All the classes are posted for free. Wala tayong ino-omit na exclusive or anything. It is available to anybody. All you need to do is just show up. And no one's gonna ask you why you didn't go, ba't ka pumunta, ba't hindi ka pumunta, wala. So it's a free practice. So that's the beautiful thing about Sunya. So yeah, so again, those are the benefits. Next slide, please. So for today, I will be discussing more about the SIF World, or the Sunyati International Foundation. So the Sunyati International Foundation is currently right now based in India. So next slide, please. So this is our nonprofit organization that is connected to DXN, or headed by DXN. So Dr. Lim is the director of this. So next slide, please. So yeah. So if you would like to check it out, we have the website called the sifworld.com. And itong sifworld.com, this is bringing people together to end the poverty. So one of the targets of SIF World is to bring people together to end the poverty. So basically, it's a poverty eradication um, organization. So it's not an organization that just feeds people. So there are many organization na feeding program lang. But our Sunyati International Foundation is not just focused on feeding the people, but rather something more sustainable. So in the SIF World programs, we have sustainability or livelihood projects so that yung mga people na sinusuportaan in terms of food, they also have livelihood projects. So maraming livelihood projects si DXN, especially in India right now kasi doon yung active mga partners and registered din siya doon. So under that organization, under that group, and under those programs, maraming mga farmers involved. Mm. So all of those involved, wait lang, sorry. So all of those programs are actually sorry na ako sa gawa, so I can hear people. What else is possible? So yeah. So the vision is actually just to bring people together to end the poverty. So yeah, next slide please. So here's the vision. So the vision of SIF is to create peaceful and prosperous communities by promoting values of non-differentiation and harmony. So in Sunya, very and also in DXN. Actually, Sunya is DXN, DXN is Sunya. That is what Dr. Lim always reminds us. You know, we are not separate from DXN. It's just it sounds like a different program, but kung ano yung concept where how DXN was created is actually based on Sunya principles. So if you could see the vision of DXN of Sunya is all about to promote values of non-differentiation and harmony, which is what we have in DXN International. How do you connect that? So we have the one world, one market. So in DXN, Dr. Lim always reminds us that whenever you touch, whenever you are in a DXN program, you're not a Filipino, you are not, an Indonesian, you are not Malaysian, you are not a Mexican, you are not you we are all one people. So we don't identify with ako Pilipino ako or ganito ako or Dabawenya ako. So we don't identify with any region, but rather we recognize each other as magkaisa or one. We are in one family and we have the same kung ano ang tawag ni Dr. Lim sa atin is we are free people. So we are people who are enjoying the freedom. So yan yung concept ni DXN or also the tagline of DXN, one world, one market, which is actually the vision of Sunya. So what is non-differentiation? So non-differentiation is yung you don't, differentiate from one another na iba yung race ko, iba yung so we're different. So we look for the similarities and from that similarity we create more harmonious relationship. Okay? So we don't, judge one another. So that's the non-differentiation. So and yeah. So that's the vision of the SIF world, to create peaceful and prosperous communities. So hindi lang tayo focus sa peace, but rather to make ourselves prosperous. So one of the, kung meron mang binibigay si Dr. Lim na lagi niyang pabilin at the end of our programs is always make yourself, prosperous or make yourself rich so that you can contribute more to the society. So meaning go back to your duty. So Sunya is not just a practice na uupo ka lang, you're just sitting and nothing happens. Okay? So doing nothing in our Sunya practice is just one part of the Sunya Sunya concept. One part lang yung seating practice, okay? The rest is a lot of thing to do with giving back to the community. But before you give back to the community, of course, make yourself prosperous. So one of the avenues that we are promoting in making ourselves prosperous is the DXN business. So yun po yung kanyang match with the Sunya and the DXN. So ang mission ng Sunyati International Foundation is to upskill communities of farmers and to empower women with the help of modern day technology and imbue them with qualities of professionalism. So basically, we are upskilling the communities of farmers the in our Sunya International Foundation. So Sunyati International Foundation. So um, we are also gifting them with different livelihood projects. So yan po yung ating um, goal or mission in the Sunyati International Foundation. Then we have the philosophy of Sunya. So the philosophy of Sunya is to impart knowledge on attaining rural prosperity through sustainable living, empowering both the farmer and consumer by employing ingenious marketing strategies. So, marami kasi, like, there are a lot of people always, diba, there's a huge gap between the farmer and the consumer. The farmer provides us with daily food that is required by everybody. However, not all farmers are earning a lot because yun na nga, maraming factors, okay? So in Sunyati International Foundation, we're bridging that gap, and Dr. Lim is providing seeds for the farmers, and then the farmers and then Dr. Lim will buy back all of those mga produce, and or look for other consumers, or dinadagdag niya sa ating DXN na products. That's why we have a huge range of DXN products now, especially in India and Malaysia and China, because marami tayong mga projects when it comes to yung marami tayong mga produce dahil sa mga projects ni Sunyati International Foundation. So next slide, please. So here are our SIF founders. So introducing to you, one of the director, Datuk Dr. Lim Shojin. And then we also have Dr. Rajesh Savera. He's a psychotherapist and also a doctor. And we have Mr. Mangesh Dahiwale. So they are currently the directors of Sunyati International Foundation. Next slide, please. So, how do we contribute in SIF world? So, how did SIF start? So, paano ba siya nagsimula? So, next slide. So, Dr. Lim received a lot of reports that in India there were a lot of Telangana cotton farmers who killed themselves. No, hundreds of Telangana cotton farmers decided to kill themselves. Why? Because they got into a loan by planting mga GMO na cotton. So they got into a loan, and then nagkaroon ng mga drought, ganon. So the produce and the yield wasn't enough to pay off the loan. And then yung pagbili pa talaga ng cotton is very cheap because there were a lot of supplies, because there were a lot of farmers who all did cotton. Okay? So, 'di ba, we all know the law of supply and demand. Pag maraming nagsusupply ng cotton, mumura yung cotton, okay? So, what happened to them? Nabaon sila sa utang kasi yung loan merong mga interest. And so, to end it, they end it quick by killing themselves. So, there was a series of Telangana cotton farmers who decided to kill themselves. Dr. Lim got hold of the issue and have chosen to buy those cotton and made it into our DXN kimono. Kaya po meron tayong kimono. So maraming nagtatanong, ba't kayo may kimono? Is that a new cult? Gumagawa ba kayo ng kulto na ganun? So we're actually, kimono is an advocacy clothing. So it's nothing, wala po siyang religious meaning, wala po siyang sacred meaning. We are, by wearing the kimonos, or buying the kimono, you're actually supporting the Telangana farmers. Okay? So ito yung under na siya sa SIF world. So under the Sunyati International Foundation. So ito was, yung cotton nito is from those farmers. And then um, the wives were asked and were employed to now make the kimono. So at the beginning, it was handmade, yung kamay pa lang kasi wala pang machine. And then when they began to, sell more kimonos, they were now able to buy machine. So machine na po yung ating ano ngayon yung pero mga women pa rin ng Telangana ang gumagawa, and some of the women who doesn't have any livelihood na pinasok sa ating Sunyati International Women Empowerment Program. Okay? So and then the surrounding communities who would like to make the kimonos. So that's why we have a program called 1 Million Kimonos for Love. So Dr. Lim just also mentioned that $5 of your kimono, like pag binili mo yung kimono, a portion of this goes to the Telangana, uh, to the project, and then the whole yung ano na lang is yung 'di ba when you buy the kimono you have point value as a DXN distributor, meron ka ding sales value, so you're also helping yourself in the business when you buy the kimono. So yan po yung ating bakit meron tayong kimono. So yeah, so sino na ba dyan yung may kimono, and if you don't have a kimono, what if today is the day that you would like, you would purchase a kimono. So just message the DXN management or message Miss Juliet and the rest of the DXN Philippines or your area sales coordinator as to saan kayo makabili ng inyong kimono. And for here naman, here in Mindanao, there are still some stocks for the DXN kimonos in the branch and the depot. Yan po. So yeah. So buy the kimono and you're actually supporting the Telangana India cotton farmers. So next slide, please. So, ito na yon. So, from raw cotton to pulling or spinning the thread until sa pagdaday niya and turning into a cloth and hand sewing, we have the same communities na siniserve natin sa Sunyati International Foundation. And you're actually giving them the dignity of, you're not just giving them food, but you're actually supplying them with the dignity of, like, ginawa ko ito and that's why I earned this money. So we are actually helping the community. So every step is purchased or contracted at fair trade na prices. So what is a fair trade price? So fair trade price is a price na hindi siya sobrang mahal at hindi din siya sobrang baba. It's a win-win presyo for the farmer and the consumer. Okay, so that's the fair trade price. And what happened pala also in the cotton farmers, many businessmen also price the cotton so low na hindi na makaka-earn yung farmer. So what Dr. Lim did, he set a fair trade price. And so lahat ng mga cotton suppliers will go to Dr. Lim, or mga cotton farmers will go to Dr. Lim kasi mas high yung presyo na binibigay ni Dr. Lim compared sa other bumibili ng mga cotton. So walang magawa yung low buyers, but they have to also increase their rate so that they will match DXN para makakuha sila ng cotton. So, ganun po yung laro ng fair trade. Okay? So, you are setting a standard para you're helping also the community. And so, yon, that's the fair trade thing. So, here's the apparel. I'm not sure about the customer price kung tama ba nililagay ko, pero I am sure about the distributor price that our kimono set, which includes the top, pants, and the ribbon or the belt, sorry, ribbon, or the belt, it costs 2,725 and it has 818 sales value at saka meron din siyang PV na 818. So, pwede na sa inyong 3,000 na PV requirement, or kung nagwa 1,000 ka, that's also okay. Pasok sa banga siya. Okay? So, it's a beautiful gift also for our distributors or our family and friends. Why? Because it is very comfortable. Very comfortable po ang ating kimono. Pag mainit po yung weather, it cools you down. Pag malamig naman, it warms you. So, kasi yung cotton niya, adaptable sa ano. And hindi ka basta-basta, hindi nagaano yung pawis. Okay? hindi nagdetect na gano'n. And it's also easy to wash and easy to take care of. Maybe in the future, we will also have a separate class for that. Okay? How to take care of your kimono and how to wear the kimono. So, meron pong pinakita si Dr. Lim na mga how to wear and how to take care of it. Okay? So, yan. Next slide, please. Hello to Rio. Hello to our awesome Sunyatis who are also watching with us, Tita Merlinda, Tita Babes, all our red belt practitioners as well, and all our foreign guests. Thank you, Mr. Rajan. Hello. And of course, we also have Miss Amy Yusuf of Malaysia. Welcome, everyone. So, again, in Sunya, sitting or reverse counting and exercises are only one part of the Sunya practice. So, isang parte lang yan siya. We call this part as the smaller practice. So, this is the smaller practice, yung ating reverse counting. And our bigger practice is going back to the society and doing our duty. That's our bigger practice. So, maybe a lot of people will see, ano ba yan ginagawa nila? Nagme-meditate lang. Hindi naman ganyan ang buhay. So actually, again, it's just a smaller practice. If you really listen to us, or you really take time to also listen to the Sunya practice, we are more than a sitting meditation. We are actually doing our bigger practice, which is going back to society to contribute and doing our duty, which is like for me, I am a DXN distributor and also a service center. So that's one of the ways that I do. So yan yung aking duty, and I use this business to contribute to people. So that's the doing your duty or going back to the world. Okay. So this is the part that the Sunyati International Foundation fulfills, and this is the bigger practice. Okay. So next slide, please. So we also have our $1 one child program. So we have the ODOC. This one naman is DXN and IMSAM, but we will just include it because it's somewhat related, and some of our sunyatis are also contributing here. And the $1 one child program is to also feed uh, millions of kids within a span of a year. Okay, so this one is, I think we're on a second year. So na-fulfill na yung first year. So nag-run na yung ODOC for its second year. So you as a distributor, you could actually contribute. Paano? So baka nagtatanong ka ngayon, paano nga ako makakontribute? There are many people who have been earning a lot in DXN. And maybe you're looking for a space or other company or a company or an organization saan may lalagay yung extra na pera mo. Kasi 'di ba, yung extra natin na pera, or some of us, we allot, like me, I allot a 10% that I give back to the society. And maybe you also have that. So if you have that, you could actually if you have that, you could contribute using the $1 one child program. So all you need to do is sign up using your eWorld, and you allow the system to para mabawasan yung iyong rebates or e-points, sorry. So your e-points, bawasan mo lang ng, depende on how much you would like. So minimum natin here in the Philippines is I think 52 pesos or 54. That's the minimum na ipapabawas mo. That's the $1 one child. So meaning $1, yung $1 mo nakaka-feed siya ng isang bata. Okay? So anong feed sa bata? We feed them with spirulina. Because malaking factor yung nutrition when it comes to education. 'Di ba? Magbibigay ka ng education sa bata, pero kung kulang naman siya sa nutrition, mahirap yung absorption ng nilelearn niya sa school. So, malaking factor that we also address the nutrition of the next generation. So, this is what Dr. Lim is doing with our business in DXN and also the SIF world. So, I really love this project kasi yun nga, you are also helping kasi 'di ba ang dami na nating nasosolve yung mga tao na papapunta na natin sa planet Mars, ano ba yan, tama ba, sa moon, na pupuntahan na sa moon, pero yung issue ng um, food famine at saka yung kulang ang nutrition, we are still not solving it. So by doing this part, Dr. Lim is creating a different space and reality for our brothers and sisters who have uh, yung kulang ang kanilang nutrition. Okay? And you can take part of it. So, yan, as low as 54 pesos. Okay? So, yan, you could send monthly. So, next slide, please. So, meron tayong one ODOC redemption packages or ODOC campaign extensions natin. And you could check or message also the DXN management for the redemption of your ODOC. So, pag marami ka nang napales na ODOC rebates na monthly, you could actually convert it into a kimono, or you could buy a kimono for a lower price na meron siyang DXN Poria mushroom. So, you could buy that. So, yung ODOC package, meron tayong 2,780. Ayan. So, meron ka ng kimono, meron ka na ding Poria mushroom. O, diba? So, saan ka pa? Diba? Mas magandang package. So, nakatulong ka na. You also have your DXN kimono pa. You also have your Poria mushroom. Meron ka pang points. Meron ka pang sales value. Saan ka? Yung ibang there are other organizations, they will ask you to just donate 5,000 and you don't have anything back. Here in DXN, you just donate at least 2,780 or 3,000, ganon. Meron ka pang attire. Meron ka pang, meron ka pang kimono. So, it's win-win. Okay? So, 'di ba yung iba cash lang yung binibigay ninyo sa mga other organization. But here in the XN, when you contribute to the Safe World, you're not just gifting cash, you're also receiving something. That's why tinatawag namin siya na contribution. Because when you say contribution, you're not just gifting, you're also receiving. So DXN and the Sunyati International Foundation works really good together when it comes to contribution. Yan talaga yung true contribution, where one is gifting, one also receives. Yan po yung parang the synergy is there, the energy of contribution is there. So we are really using the universal language. Okay? So why? Because 'di ba parang yung kahoy. The kahoy is just gifting to you using the fruit of the tree, and at the same time the tree is also receiving from the sun and you, kasi nagre-receive siya sa atin because of our carbon, tama ba? Carbon dioxide, 'di ba? So yung oxygen ng plant kailangan natin, yung carbon dioxide naman yung kailangan nila. So it's a gifting and receiving process. Ganun po. We're following nature. So that's why our company can withstand a lot of challenges, because we are following the natural approach. Okay? Next slide, please. And so, yes, we have, you can also check on our website, dxn2u.com. Nakikita po yung ating mga ODOC leading contributors. So, meron po yung mga top 10, ganun. And makikita mo ilan yung nag-contribute sa iba't ibang bansa. So, yun. Wala namang competition, but you're also acknowledged. Okay? There is no competition here. It's just that you are being acknowledged if you contribute. So, hindi ibig sabihin nag-contribute ka tapos walang thank you very much. So, meron po tayong thank you very much for your contribution. So, marami din po ang nagko-contribute. And congratulations, kasi Philippines also is one of the top 10 na contributors. Okay, next slide, please. So, the SIF program focus, meron tayong mga iba't ibang focus ng Sunyati International Foundation. We have women empowerment, farmer development nursery, and 3-tier farming. So, meron tayong 3-tier farming. We're not just monocropping. It's 3-tier farming. Next is relief and rehabilitation. So, pag meron pong mga sakuna, the SIF World has a budget for that. Currently, yung pinaka-recent is SIF World has been donating oxygen tanks to India during the recent COVID outbreak. And also, tayo naman sa Philippines, we were also the recipient before during the quake, 2018 ata na earthquake. No, sorry, 2019, something like that. Within those years, naka-receive tayo ng contribution from Dr. Lim, which we bought into rice. And then when we sent the rice to the community, we also shared Sunya practice to them. So ganun po tayo magbigay ng relief and rehabilitation. We also give them a session of Sunya. Next slide, please. So we also have personal development. So isa dito na program is the Sunya practice. Fifth is COVID-19 and 95 mask distribution or oxygen machines and airlift assist. So yan po yung inassist ni Dr. Lim and the Sunyati International Foundation. And we also have the internship program or the volunteer program of SIF. Next slide, please. I wonder anong, okay. Okay, so if it's fun for you, maybe let's do one round of Sunya before we end our session. Bago tayo mag-end ng session, so let's do a Sunya practice of 9 to 0 lang. So again, here in our Sunya is consistent daily practice is the key. Next slide, please. So you may settle yourself in your comfortable position right now. So whether that is Indian sit, half lotus, or full lotus, this is the sitting sunya na position. So I suggest that you do the cross leg or the Indian sit. Okay. So if you're ready, just sit like that right now. Okay, whether you are on the chair or on the floor, so settle yourself into that position. And a reminder is during the Sunya 9 to 0, make sure that you are not moving and you are also breathing naturally through your nose. Next slide, please. So one count is one cycle of breath. So we will be doing Sunya reverse count. So inhale, exhale, 9. Inhale, exhale, 8. So hanggang ma-reach mo yung 0. Okay? So settle yourself in your sitting position. And then let's do it. Next slide, please. So, yung hand natin, nasa lap lang natin. Okay? Back and spine is relaxed. So, spine is straight, shoulder is relaxed. Okay? And then, close your eyes. So, you can now close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. 9. Inhale. Exhale. 8. Inhale. Exhale. 7. Inhale. Exhale. 6. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 0. And then you can open your eyes and rub your hands. And then, so next slide. So, ngayon nyo lang. So, and then sa head, massage it gently. And then, your ears. And then sa back of the skull or base of the skull or the occiput. So, iganon mo lang siya. Then, rub it again. So, you can do this 3 times. Pero pag nag 9 to 0 ka, pwede 1 set lang kasi madali. Pero kung mas mahaba yung inyong sunya practice, you went to 29 to 0 at saka 99 to 0, you can do longer. You can do 3 sets of that. So, okay? So, for today, you can just do 1 or 2 rounds. And so, ganun lang yung basic na sunya practice. I'm not doing the full set. So, the full set, meron siyang pre-exercise, but we don't have the time for that. Kasi yung focus natin today is really the Sunyati International Foundation and also our DXN kimonos. And I hope you get to learn more from today's session. And if you would like to also teach your family, your friends, start teaching them. So, yeah, start teaching them. Or if hindi pa kayo confident, you can join our reset again. We will do 21 Day Sunya Challenge from December 1 to 21. So, it starts at 10 in the morning. So, this one is a preparation for your red belt certification. So, pag nakakomplete ka na nito, maari ka nang kumuha ng iyong red belt certification. Okay? So, keep doing the practice daily. So, I hope you learned a lot from today's session. So, next slide, please. You can follow also our different Sunya links and programs. So you can check drlimshojin.com, sifworld.com, sunyati.org, and you can check our Facebook pages. We have DXN Sunya, which is the main Sunya. And then meron din tayong Sunya PH, which is all the programs of Sunya PH. And sometimes we also post mga international programs there. So you could have the benefit of if you want to learn more pa. Okay? We also have a 7:11 p.m. GC, but currently wala na kami masyado nagdadan because everybody's doing it, but we will revive it once again. So we also have, we used to have Sunya Sundays, but for now, kasi sunod-sunod yung ating mga Sunya programs, we have discontinued that. And you could also follow our DXN Fox Tribe na Facebook page. Or you could join the 21 Day Sunya Challenge. So sa 21 Day Sunya Challenge na FB community, we only would accept your invitation, your joining of the group if you answer the question, and also if no one, ikaw talaga yung nag-click, okay? So ganon. So we are very, we are very picky with who joins in a way that para ano namin kung sino talaga yung serious na magjo-join, not just there for joining, and kasi marami ding mga spammers around. So we are controlling the page wherein lahat lang ng lumalabas is only 21 days sunya na mga activities or any sunya activities all over the world. Yun lang yung pwedeng mag-post doon. So thank you so much. So yeah, that's my last. Need to do this. Okay. Thank you so much for this morning, and to all our sunyatis, to Tito Arman and Tita Merlinda, Tita Babes Acosta, who's always also who are our red belt and orange belt practitioners, and to all who are relearning about sunya, or ganyan pala yung sunya. So I hope you learned more from this topic. And yeah, see you again next month. And thank you so much, Miss Juliet. Do you have any announcements?
Thank you very much, Miss Tina. Sorry for my internet connection. Medyo nawawala-wala din ako. But again, thank you. And our virtual heart and clap to our guest speaker, Miss Tina, as well to our Sunyati in the Philippines. And we are inviting you next month. Please join us on December 4 and December 11. Ayan, magkita-kita po ulit tayo for another Sunya activity in the morning. So we always do this in the morning ng mga 10 a.m. Ayan. I hope mas marami pang makapag-join, makapag-practice with us. And meron po tayong mga bumate dito. So before we end. But Let us hear some comments from our viewers today. Okay, this is from Miss Abelina Delando. Thanks. Liberty Tina Suelto. Ayan, kompleto ang pangalan. Thank you so much, Miss Tina. Always from Miss Babe sa Costa. Maraming salamat. From Miss Glorieta Tagala, thank you. From Gwendolyn, thank you, Miss Tina. So we are flooded with a lot of gratitude posts. Thank you, post. Namaste also niya. This from Mr. Rajan KV. Hello, sir. And thanks a lot, Tin, and God bless from Miss Abelina Delando. Thanks everyone for joining us this morning, and I hope to see you again on December. And magkita-kita po tayo, and sana marami po tayong natutunan today at makapag-practice po tayo daily. So it will only take few minutes of your time, like 10 to 15 minutes, depende po dun sa reverse counting na gusto nyo pong i-practice. And learn, please do this, practice with us para ma-experience ninyo. Mas maganda po kasing na-experience natin rather than just watching and listening to all the teaching. And of course, we do have a lot of kimono. So kanina nabanggit po ni Miss Tina, we do have a lot of kimono and DXN. So please do buy. And it also has PV and SB, so you can also use this in one of your maintenance. Yan. And nakakatulong pa tayo sa community, especially doon sa mga farmers na na-mention ni Miss Tina kanina. So that's all for today. Good morning and happy networking. Keep practicing Sunya, and bye and see you next month.